Most parents are wondering why their children are not performing in school, and it's very important for them to know that they need to be involved in their children's lives, because most parents have left the raising responsibility of raising their children to teachers, which is something that is very worrying nowadays, because so many students have issues. Today you find that this one has this issue, the other one has that. And I remember last time when we talked about George and the issues that he's facing, I got several comments from different people. Just the other day I got to encounter this other girl, Sandra. Sandra is very disturbed. She doesn't concentrate, and apparently just the other day I was marking her work. When I'm marking her work, you find that Sandra will not really be there. She would start singing and saying things, and you're wondering what's going on with this girl. And I definitely had to think of the ways I can bring her back. And I remember when I also had a maths teacher teaching Sandra, and Sandra was also disturbed in the same way. Actually, she got to be rude to my teacher, and it got me thinking, what's going on? But time and again, I'm trying to talk to Sandra's mom and telling the mom, please, could you come so that we get to discuss, so that we get to talk about your daughter? Because, some of these things you don't talk about on the phone. But she doesn't show up for 6, 7, 8 months. A mother doesn't show up. So what are you supposed to do as a teacher? When you think about it, students keep giving excuses. The reason why I'm not performing is because of this, this, and that. I remember giving a talk someplace at Sigona Golf Club, because they have these students that they support. And, you would get all kinds of reasons as to why I am not performing. I remember one telling me, oh, my mother passed on, and the other, my father passed on, but I can't concentrate because other students are laughing at me, or I feel that I am alone in this world. But it's important for students to get to know that you don't give excuses, you don't give reasons as to why you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're very lucky. I remember telling them they're very lucky because Sigona Golf Club is catering for everything that those students need. But what about for those students who really don't have anyone? Those children who don't have anyone to talk to, they don't have anyone who can come and help them out. So in life, one thing I've realized is that you do not give excuses, you don't give reasons. For you to succeed in life, you've got to think that, or you've got to realize that you have to give up some things. You have to give up the wrong friends, you've got to give up the wrong company, because, as you say, bad company raise good morals. So it's very important for students to realize that the kind of friends you're going to be with, apparently, and I know everybody knows Jim Rohns, who said that you are the average of the 5 people that you hang out with. And so if your friends are of bad character, guess what you're going to become? And so, like we say, don't give excuses as to why you're not succeeding, because we say something very important. People don't listen to you because of the issues that you have or because of where you're coming from. They listen to you because of the person that you get to become. So important that students get to realize that their issues is nobody else's business. People are not interested. Everyone has issues. And so it can never get worse than what I went through personally. I remember when my father died, and I remember my very close relative, actually my auntie, being very cold towards me and my family, saying that even if, so do not make excuses for your own issues or for failure to perform, because like we said, no one is interested in that story. Unless you become something, no one is interested. Therefore, my friends, for parents, for teachers, for students, it's important that we get to be involved in our students and their children's lives, because it becomes very difficult for them to get to understand what they're being taught. And so back to Sandra's story before I wind up, I realized later on that the reason why maybe the mother doesn't want to see me is because of the issues that they're going through. And they had the husband had just passed on 2 years ago, and the girl was not able to deal with the whole thing. And so, I'm just praying that she's not losing her mind, because if the mother was there, if the mother showed up, at least I would be able to talk to her into how do you help your daughter because she's got to see that the mom is interested. So let's get to have this discussion because it's very, very important for the generation that is coming. There's so many things happening, especially with young people now. They don't have a place to let it out. They don't have someone to talk to. The parents are busy looking for money and doing other things, but the kids are just there. They don't really need your money, they need you to raise them. So don't let that responsibility be given to anyone else, the teachers and all that. It doesn't really help. It's very important. Let's get to have this discussion, and so I would urge all of you to subscribe, and then we can get to talk about it. Thank you.